Hey friends. So popping on here, I actually went to an event today, the Way of Hope conference. It's a suicide awareness and prevention conference. And I missed going to I missed it last year and I really, 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 really wanted to be there today. And with all the snow and I wasn't sure I was gonna make it there. And then I even wasn't sure it was still happening. To my grand surprise, not only I middle point to get there. When my ride came, I'm like, I'm going. And I get there, it was so refreshing to see a full parking lot. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing that in the middle of a snowstorm, people cared enough about life, cared enough about lives, that they braved the storm to be there for this suicide awareness and prevention conference. And yeah, so glad I went. So glad I went. Not just the connection, but hearing over people's stories, holding space for others, but also for myself. And maybe you don't know my story, but I got into mental health work because of my personal journey. So for me, it was, oh boy, 16 and a half years ago that depression that took me to a very, very, very scary place. And I was contemplating suicide and I was ready to take all the pills from my prescribed medication because I couldn't find the strength to keep going. And from that, here I am today helping others and in so many ways, it's because I've been there that I now do what I do. And I know that all of us need that support. Life can get hard. And it's not what I often say is don't wait until you hit rock bottom to seek help. That's why there's different levels and continuum of care because what you might need today might not be what you needed yesterday or what you might need tomorrow. But support is support, it's support, and all of us need to be supported. So, back to 16 and a half years ago, I'm glad I was really connected to a counselor that was able to call her. She's like, no, get yourself to the ER right away. No, call 911 if you need to. I didn't call the ambulance. I actually ended up driving myself to the ER. And from there ended up in a psychiatric hospital. Yes, I was in psychiatric hospital 6.5 years ago, was admitted there for almost a week, I believe. And then from there, when I was there actually, I told myself that once I get out of here, I just don't want to survive, I want to live. Because up to that point life just felt like accumulation of survival, moments per se. And for me, I had childhood trauma that was not dealt with, and compiled in that moment. My first child was 2 years old at that point, or almost two, and I had postpartum depression also that was not dealt with. So that went and triggered a lot of the trauma I had, and it was just a, yeah, recipe for disaster because I didn't deal with those things yet, and I was just starting therapy and started with new medications, and still in that moment I needed the support. So I'm glad I had that therapist I could call. I'm glad I am here today. And from there, like again, the rest is history, right? And from just supporting people in the mental health in different ways, whether it's the consulting that I do, the support groups that we do, even the coaching that we do. You might not think about it that way. Like I said, we might need different help, a different kind of support at different times in the journey. Yes, if you need a therapist, a psychotherapist, go see one. If you need a psychologist, a psychiatrist, please see one. And then sometimes what I also notice is people will be doing so well with their new life, right? They have coping skills for depression, for anxiety, they work for trauma, then they don't know what to do with the new life that they have, right? It's like, where do I go from here? This feels so unfamiliar. This feels like literally unfamiliar territory. And coaching then helps them kind of create the new life that they desire, the life that they want to live. And it's so beneficial. So yes, you can get support at any level in order to be well, do well, work well, and lead well. If you don't know, that's actually a tagline for Grace No Consulting, which is the organization that I lead. So all that to say, I'm so glad I went to this event. I'm so glad I connected with more resources in the community. I moved to the western part of the state about a year and a half ago, and so I'm still learning from resources here locally. So this was about an hour and 15 minutes from my house, but I learned so much, connected with so many people that I can partner with and continue to support others and continue to break the stigma for mental health and continue to provide support for survivors of suicide, but also for those who, like myself, at one point or another, got that low emotionally that they needed, that they might have contemplated that. So glad I went. And the one thing I took away for this particular event that hit home for me, one of the speakers were talking about how often when we get to this, whether it's professionally or because we're a caregiver, we have a loved one who's struggling, we naturally make it all about them, which is good and healthy in a certain point, it's a certain level, that we're there to support them, we're there to find resources for them, we're them to be there for others. And then sometimes we forget that all of this impacts us as well. And I needed to connect with that. Just because it's been 6.5 years ago that I struggled that low doesn't mean that I don't have low moments, that I might not be that low to the point of thinking about not being here, but realizing that even the work that I do is taxing to my own emotions. That it's not always about the people that I support. Yes, I'm there for them, but I need to remember also to connect with the parts of me that experience that. And sometimes, as much as I may feel like I'm in a good place, a better place, and I'm doing this and I love the life that I have, it's okay sometimes for me, that was a reminder to go and nurture that part of me that experienced it 16 years ago. 16 years ago, I got the help. So now I'm in a better place. I'm helping others. But now that I'm in a better place, I never went back and even thanked myself for pushing through. Never thanked myself for not giving up, for still being here and for choosing to thrive so that I can help others thrive. So today I did that. It was an event, yes, professional, and I could have won there in a professional capacity. That's the point I'm trying to make. But I made this about me. I made this as a self care, if you want, if no moment, day, so that I could get my cup filled and also remember why I do what I do. Through all of this, I became a certified instructor for QPR, which is one model that we use for suicide prevention. It's question, persuade, and refer. So it's almost like CPR, but this is QPR for the mental health. So I'm an instructor for that and actually get people certified for that because, again, I want to save lives, right? I know what it feels like to be down at the bottom and not want to be here. That if everything I do is to help people have the meaningful life, choose life, and then continue to choose life every day and create a meaningful life that gives them a reason to continue to be alive. I hope that makes sense. So I'm not sure what you needed from this, but I just feel like I needed to share. So if anything resonated with you, for anything I said here, I encourage you, share this out. Someone else might need it. But I need a reminder that they matter, that the story is not over, that tomorrow is still ahead and tomorrow can be a better day, that they belong, that the world is a better place just because they're here. So I hope you can share this out with others, but also for those of us who are supporting others in any capacity, personal, in the personal, professional lives, I want you to make it about you as well. Take care of yourself. Refill your cup. Right? Thank yourself for not giving up, for continuing to be there. And maybe you are the one, the glue that holds everything together. Thank yourself for that. And when you can, when you're in a safe place, it's okay to kind of put that warrior cape down and breathe and relax. And after you thank yourself, just allow yourself to just be. So I'll stop there. Thank you, friend, and I hope this encourages someone to choose life.